Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to start our playthrough of American Tank Ace from Compass Games and designed by Gregory M. Smith. Alright, so I kind of got my stuff laid out here. Hopefully I can maneuver around here without getting my arms too much in the way. And you'll be able to see everything. I'm trying to kind of get it all down here where you can see it. First thing we gotta do, I am starting as a staff sergeant, so on the NCO status, and we have to do our chart F1 Fort Knox training. We got to conduct all three of these. So the first thing is gunnery training. We roll 3 times on chart B1 using the long range column. So here's chart B1 long range. If at least 2 are hits, place a gunnery -1 marker on the tank display mat, indicating that the gunnery skill will cost 1 less experience to purchase. So I'd really like to have that. Okay, so I got to roll 3 times, and I need a 2 to 5 for my hit. Okay, here's the first roll. Hey, it's a 4. That's 1 hit. Just need 1 more. And it's a 5. I got it. I don't have to roll the 3rd time. So I'm going to get my gunnery -1 skill. Okay, so this is the gunnery -1. I'm going to put that on my tank card down here for my gunner. So that means when he goes to get that skill, I'll put my skills up here on my crew card, and I'm going to put these modifiers down here on my tank card. So if I do get that skill, it's going to cost me 1 less. That's what that means. Okay. So I got through my gunnery training. Now I do driver training. So driver training, we roll 2 times on chart B5, the mud column, with a -1 training modifier. So here we go for chart B5. B5 in the mud. It's 2d6 and it's -1. If neither of these is an immobilization result, the driver receives the I for train -1 marker. If neither of these, so I got to roll twice and not get immobilized on the B5 in the mud chart, and I get -1 on my die rolls. Okay, here we go. First one is 6 -1 is 5, immobilized. So he's not going to get the driver skill. Okay. Third one is weapons training. Roll 3 times with 2d6, 1 time each for the gunner, loader, and assistant driver. Each roll of 9 or higher indicates that the crewman has a weapons aptitude. Place a weapons maintenance -1 marker on the tank display mat, indicating that crewman gets the skill for 1 less experience point. Okay. So it goes gunner, and he gets a 4, so that's a no, because it needed to be 9 or higher. Next guy is the loader. Oh, it's a 10, so he gets it. I've got one of these over here. Yep. Weapons -1. That was on the loader. So he'll have an opportunity. And now my assistant driver, he gets 2. No. Okay. So that's it for my crew training. Now my spare time activities, choose one. There's extra physical training, which is a stamina marker, which can help reduce an injury to your tank commander. Extra study time, which gives you an expert -1 marker. Extra carousing. The player spends his spare time at the local off-base bars with his friends. A bar fight gains him a prestige level of 1 prestige point, and receives a +1 die roll modifier to his first promotion attempt. Then we roll 1d6, 1 to 3, you lose the fight, 4 to 6, you win the fight, you gain an extra prestige point. Okay, that's the one I'm taking. So first thing is, I get 1 prestige level, and I get 1 prestige point. Okay, now we're going to roll, and I need a 4, 5, or 6, and I can gain an extra prestige point. 2, I lost the fight. Okay, so I didn't get that. Congratulations, you and your crew have graduated from Fort Knox. Place a 1 in your experience point box. Okay, so we get a 1 here. So I have 1 experience point, 1 prestige point, and I have a level 1 prestige, which helps because that means I can have a better tank. The tank I decided on was the M4A1. Well, let me do this. I'm assigned to the 761st Tank Battalion. Doesn't want to focus. Okay. 761st Tank Battalion. That's who I went with. All right. I have the M4A1 early. And on my mission log sheet, starting in June of 44, my tank name is Cyclops, because I'm in Charlie Company in that battalion. It's an M4A1 early. My nickname is Hoosier. Okay. All right, so that sets us up for the for our first mission. So we roll here on this table, June to July 44, we roll 2d6, and it tells us what our first mission type is going to be, and it is a 6. And a 6 is an attack with a 1. A red number in parentheses indicates a major event. Okay, so I'm going to have to find out what that is. So I'm going to have an attack, and I'm going to have to find out what the major event is. And it says rule 4.8. So let me find that. Okay, well, that's the first little errata. It says rule 4.8, but it's actually rule 4.7. No big deal. Nice. What's handy is in the front of the book is a table of contents. I was able to find major events right there. Major events are going to be these major attacks that are going to happen during the course of a game. If I roll for one of these and that particular event is not active yet, then we just ignore it. So the first event, St. Lo, is in July of 44, or Operation Cobra, July of 44. So neither one of those are going to be active yet. So I just ignore it for this one, and I'm just going to do the attack. Okay, so we set up attack. The next thing we have to do is check our weather chart here on A3. So again, we roll 2 dice and we get a 2. Oh, brother. 2 is mud. So here on our board, we put the weather in mud, and we have to roll for terrain, and it is 1d6, and that is a 4, and a 4 is woods. So here in our terrain, we go to woods. So this is the worst weather I could hope for. Mud, mud and woods. Okay, woods is +1 HE machine gun attack. Mission starts at medium range because of the woods. So we know that I take my tank right here and I place him at medium range. So we know that that's where he'll be starting. All right. Next thing I need to do is roll for what the enemy force generation is going to be. And if you'll notice, I loaded, I've already loaded my tank with all the ammo, machine gun ammo, and then AP and HE appear in the rack. And in the loaded round is an HE round, so I get fully loaded. Okay. All right, well, we got to roll 2d6 and see what we're going to be up against. And it is 4. And a 4 is going to be 2 infantry. Okay, so now we roll here for the type of infantry that we're going to be up against. There's going to be 2 of them. So we roll 1 die, and it's a 6. And a 6 is the elite troops, morale of 5. So I roll again to see if they're Fallschirmjäger or SS. And it's a 1, so they're going to be the Fallschirmjägers. So there'll be 2 of those. Okay, so these are the Fallschirmjäger infantry. You can see they have an FJ on them. All right, so we got to see where they're at here on the battle board. So we roll. They're both the same, so I'm going to roll 2 dice, and each die is for one of these guys. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I roll a 5 and a 2. So we'll put 1 infantry in 1, 2, and 1 infantry in 5, 6. Okay. So mud is going to be +1 to HE fire on chart B2. And then I got woods that adds. So this is just a horrible start for me for the setup. I would have liked to have clear terrain, clear weather, but no, I get mud. Oh well, that's the way it goes, right? Okay. So we're all set up. And then we'll be ready to do our kick into our attack mode. And because I'm on attack, I use this attack marker right here, and it goes on the board. Current mission is right here, goes on there as an attack. Okay, so you determine your mission, you roll for weather, you roll for terrain. I did it out of sequence a little bit, but it didn't matter. You set up your battle board by rolling for the enemy, which we did, and the chart on A6, which we did. Now we're ready for to conduct the combat. And the very back of the rule book is the sequence of battle. So when you get ready to do that, you start with, if the current mission type is attack or assault, begin the first combat round by completing step 3 and 6 below. So the first round, the Germans are going to get the first look at it at attacking. And because this is an attack, they are dug in. So we put a dug in marker by each one of them to show that they're dug in, which means that they're not going to be moving on me. So that's where they're at now. So on 3, we determine enemy targeting. So we roll 1d6 for each one of them. If it's a 1, that means they spotted us and they're going to fire at us. And if it's a 6, then we do fire or move. And of course, they would fire. They won't move because they're dug in. So they're not going to move during this. And it tells you here, move enemy vehicles. Deer is attacked. They will move even if they're currently actively targeting you. If combat round, okay, areas A or C, but we don't have to worry about that. Okay. All right. On the attack mission summary, infantry dug in, enemy forces fire first in combat round 1. And possible enemy counterattack. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we're all set to start the combat round. Okay. We're ready to start our battle. So, because I'm attacking on the attack, that means that the Germans get to fire first on this very first assault. So they will roll 1d6 and they need a 1 to spot me. So we'll start here in A, see if they spot me. Oh, they did. Okay. We'll go ahead and check C, see if they spot me too. No. Okay, only A is going to fire at me. Now, because I'm at medium range, they can't fire their Panzerfaust. That has to be at close range. So the most they can do is a machine gun attack against me. And let's see, they do not have a previous target. Smoke, no. Fire button, no. Urban, no. Rain, nope. Mud or snow with HE is +1. Woods, I'm in woods, +1. They're dug in, but I don't think that affects them for being dug in. And fire suppressed, no. So it's going to be a +1 on their die roll. So they roll, and it is 10. +1 is 11, so no effect. Okay. All right, so now it becomes my turn. So I have, let me find my sheet here, several things that I can do. Fire to target, bow machine gun, 50 cal, reload the ready rack, switch rounds, move forward, move backward, move the hull down, angle the hull, and that's what I'm going to do. So my first command is angle the hull. So here, I'm going to angle to the left, and it points me at A. All right, my second command is a fire command. I have HE loaded. And we're firing HE at infantry. So I roll on B2. Okay, so I'm going to have no previous target, no gunner skill, no smoke. I'm not buttoned up. I have +1 because of mud on the HE, +1 because I'm in wood. So I have a +2, and they're dug in, +3. Whoops. Well, crud. Dropped my die. Hang on. Okay, here we go. So I'm at +3. And we roll 9. Makes it a 12. That would have been a stoppage, but not on my main gun. But I do have to take my HE round that I fired off, and we're going to reload out of the rack with another HE. Okay, that's the end of that phase. So now we go to the next phase. Now I fire first. I'm going to fire my HE gun again. This time I get +1 for mud and snow, -1 because it's the previous target. So we evened out. Now +1 for woods, +1 because they're dug in. So +2. So we roll +2. Are you kidding me? 12. So again, would have been a stoppage, but there isn't any. Takes that HE round off of there. I get a second one. Guess what? I'm firing again. Okay, still +2. 8. +2 is 10. Missed. Wow. Horrible shooting. Okay, I fired at him. They know I'm there, so they're definitely going to fire back at me again. It's with their machine gun. And they are going to be +1 because of the woods. So they fire on a 7, so there's no effect. And now we roll to see if this other company squad over here sees me. He gets a 4. He does not see me. Okay, completes another round. Here we go. I'm going to fire my HE. Again, it was my previous target, so again, it's +2. There we go, a 3. +2 is 5. 1 plus S. Okay, a 1 means he takes 1 step loss. So on this, for the step loss, you can see, oops, when we flip him over, he has a yellow stripe on him. That's a step loss. And he is suppressed. And I have a suppress counter right here. I'm getting it out. Hang on. I got them Ziploc so they won't spill. Then I, like child proofing, then I can't get in it. Okay, so we suppress them. They're the only ones here, so we'll put suppressed on, which means they can't fire at me if they're suppressed. That's not what that means. That means that they get another +1 for being suppressed. Suppressed can still fire. Okay, I reload. All right. They're going to fire at me. He's going to be +1 for being suppressed, and +1 for the wood. So +2. Oh, he got a 3, which makes that a 5, which is no effect, just barely. That was close. Okay. And we'll see if the other infantry sees me. They get a 5. They do not. Okay. Now I think I want to check on my end of combat round. Remove trucks. If defense mission, decrease range. Nope. The combat's not over, so we come back up. We remove suppression markers, so he's no longer suppressed. So we take that off. I'm going to fire HE right here. We're going to reload HE. Here he goes. Again, I'm going to be a +2. I get a 9. +2 is an 11. No effect. I'm going to fire my last HE right here. +2. And he gets a 10. +2 is a stoppage. Well, nothing there. Okay. So I did not get those guys. Man, what rotten luck. They're firing back at me. I have a +2, an 11, so no effect. And the other one's going to roll, see if he fires at me. He does not. So when you're playing this game, you're concentrating on what's happening with your tank. There's other combat going all around here. So these guys, what the abstract nature of the game is, they're probably engaging somebody else over here to my right that we're not worried about right now. Okay. Now, he didn't get suppressed. There's nothing to do on him. So now I'll do my combat action. I'm going to spend 1 action to reload my rack. I can reload 4 HE rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can put 4 in there. And I'm going to fire my machine gun. I'm going to use my assistant driver is going to fire on the machine gun table. So he's firing his machine gun versus infantry. And so our modifier here, again, this is not a previous target. He's not buttoned. It's not, HE doesn't affect this. So it becomes +1 for the woods, +1 for dug in. So he's +2. And he rolls, ooh, a 2. A 2 +2 is a 4. That's 1 plus the suppression. The 1 eliminates him. So I eliminated them. That comes off. And that's all for our tank. And so the rules say when there's only 1 infantry left, they retreat and they pull off the board. So the infantry left. I eliminated 1 infantry, which is a success. Okay, now what's going to happen is there's a chance for a counterattack. Okay, so the counterattack is page 11 of the rules, German counterattack. So we have to check for a counterattack. We roll 1d6, and if it's a 6, there will be a counterattack. So here we go. It is a 1. Whew, no counterattack. Okay, so that ends the mission. So the mission is now over. Okay. And actually that was right here on the end of combat step. Tells me what to do. Okay. So we finished the attack. They've pulled out. And now we go to, let's see. Just want to make sure that I'm not missing a step here. When I get to, if you win the battle, check for German counterattack. I did that. If you win the battle, check for war trophies on chart W1. Okay, so we have chart W1. So we're going to check for war trophies. We're going to see, we're looking around the battleground here. And we get 10. 10 is a pistol .08 Luger, and its trade value is a 3. So that's a nice one to get, because it gives me some decent trade value here. So I can trade these for different things. So here's the Luger. It says Luger on it, and on the back it tells you it's worth 3. And what we do is we put this up here on the square with the Luger on my status card. So we now have our first war trophy. All right, so I can trade, when it comes time, I can trade that for high velocity armor piercing, 2 rounds, 4 rounds, extra mortar mission, a weapons cleaning kit, which keeps me from having no jams on the next mission, or booze, which restores synergy if I need that, which I don't need that right now. So I have to decide what to do there. Okay, obtain awards and experience points. So I know that I'm going to get 1 medal for sure. Nobody got wounded, which is a good thing. Looking for my medals here. Here they are. And I'm going to use, they have 2 counters for each one of these in the game. And I'm an old NCO also. That's why I chose to be an NCO. I get the theater ribbon. So there's 2 of these. There's one here. I'm going to show you the difference. Here it is. Okay. There's 2 of these. You can get them up here on my finger where they lay flat. You can see the one on the left is a ribbon, and the one on the right, if you hang it this way, is actually a medal. So we wear our ribbons, so we get that ribbon. So I'll put that on my chest, and I'm not going to use the medal. I guess if I play as an officer, maybe I'll let him wear the medals. Really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference. Okay, so I got to check, see what that means for me. If I get a prestige point, I get something for that. So I just want to get back here. Oh, it does not confirm. This is the European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal. This is awarded to a tank commander upon completion of his first mission. The award does not confer any prestige, so I don't gain anything for that one. Okay. All right. Ranks, prestige level, prestige points, random events, optional rules. I think I'm going to double check a couple things. I'll be right back. Okay, well, I didn't gain any prestige and I didn't gain any experience for the first mission. You do 3 missions, whether they're successful or not, then you gain an experience point. So that was my first mission, so I get nothing for that one. Okay, so that's going to set us up to get ready to do our next mission. So I have this one. It was successful, nothing special. So now we roll for our next mission, which is table A1. Okay, so we're going back to this table. And we roll on table A1. And this is, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 weeks here in June of 44. And so, or 6 missions, I guess we should say, not weeks. So I get a 5. Movement to contact. Okay. So we're going to change our mission out. We take the attack marker off over here. And we have to get out the movement to contact. And I have that here. And yeah, this is my first time playing, so I haven't laid out a whole lot of counters just yet. Okay, so we have movement to contact. So we put that on the board here. The next thing we roll is on the weather chart. So here we go on the weather chart. And we get a 6. Clear. Much better. Clear weather. Okay. Next thing we do is terrain. Terrain is 1 die. We rolled a 5. Well, we're back in them woods. So we stayed in the woods, but at least we're on firm ground now. I like that a lot better. Set up the battle board. Roll for enemy. Okay, so I need to, I think on this battle, I'm going to take a chance. Here's what I got to decide, right? I think I'm going to use a Willie Pete, which is white phosphorus, on my first round. That's what I'm going to load in the gun. And we'll see what's going to come up against us. Okay, so now we roll for the enemy. Chart A4. So we're going to roll, and it is 10. A 10, 2 infantry again. How about that? Okay, we're going to roll to see what their quality is. And they are a 5. Wehrmacht. Okay, so I got to get out 2 Wehrmacht infantries, which I have here and here. And we have to roll for A6. Yep, I did that. So now we do place the Germans. So the first one is going to be on position 4. So that is straight in front of me. And the second one is position 5, which is here. Okay. That's the guy I want to get first if I can. Okay, on a movement, same as attack, but enemy forces not dug in. On a 1d6 roll of 1 to 2 enemy vehicles, A and C will move to flanking positions, D and E if possible, on the first German turn. Okay. Right. I'm just checking things, make sure. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I gotta be careful. Last turn, I forgot my random events after each turn. I gotta do a random event. It's important, and I'm bad about this, so I apologize. It's important to follow your sequence of battle because it tells you to do the event check. And I did not do that. It might have eliminated that German for me before I had to sit there and play all that time. So just remember that. This is a movement to contact. So move to contact. And I have 2 infantries, Wehrmacht infantry, Wehrmacht infantry. Okay. All right. So we don't have degrading smoke. I can spend 1 prestige point to purchase a field artillery call for fire, but I don't want to do that. Remove suppression markers, determine enemy targeting. Okay, resolve, conduct actions, make 2 commands. So determine enemy targeting. Roll 1d6 for each enemy unit on the battle board that is not yet engaged with you on a roll of 1. You are now the enemy's target. Your tank is automatically targeted. Okay. And then we determine enemy targeting. Resolve, call for fire, conduct actions. Fire, infantry will roll on chart B2. Move, enemy vehicles. That's for the tank. So the infantry does not move. And we're at medium range, so I can keep them at bay. Okay, so we're at medium range. And I get to fire first, but we're going to see if they target me. These guys here, a 1, they did. The other guys, 2, they did not. So these are the guys targeting me, so I know they're going to fire at me. Oh, that's where I'm firing. Okay, I have a Willie Pete round loaded. That's what I'm going to fire. And it goes just like on the HE sheet, because we're firing against the infantry. It's not a previous target. No smoke. Fire is not buttoned. Rain. No mud. We're in the woods. +1. They're not dug in. Okay, so it's only a +1 on my die roll. All right, here we go. +1, Willie Pete. And he gets an 8. And an 8 is a suppress. Okay, so I put a suppress marker on him. Right there. And that was my first action, because I didn't have to move anywhere. So I can fire a second round, and my loader automatically put an HE round in there, which I will now expend. My loader will put a second HE round in there now. All right, we're going to fire HE at him now. So I have 1 suppressed on him. This time, because I'm firing, it's -1 previous target. Oh, the Willie Pete put in smoke. And it is a level 2 smoke. So that's the thing about that is it creates a block there, which makes it a little harder to fire through. Which may, in this case, probably wasn't to my advantage, but that's okay. So I have a level 2 smoke. So I'm -1, +2 for that smoke. So that makes it a +1, and the woods makes it +2. Okay, here comes this round. And it's a 6. 6 + 2 is an 8. It's a second suppressed. And so what that means is he takes a 1-step loss. So he takes the suppress, and now he takes a step loss. And he's still suppressed. Okay. All right. He can fire back, but he's going to be a +3 because he's suppressed, +1, plus the smoke, +2, so that's +3, plus I'm in the woods, +4. There's no way he can hit me, so there's no sense rolling for it. The other guy did not target us. Okay. I'm just checking this. Enemy forces fire or move. Here's the fire, here's the move. Enemy vehicles. Enemy units will move even if they are not currently actively targeting you. If combat round 1, infantry units, if mounted, will dismount it. They're not mounted. If your tank is penetrated. Okay, I'm just going to check that move one more time. Yeah, they didn't detect me, so they wouldn't move anyway, but they're not going to move. Okay, now we do our random. So we have to do this random event that I missed last time. Shame on me. Okay. So we do an event check, we roll 2 dice, and we get 8. 8 is no event. Okay, so nothing happened. Good. All right, into combat. End of combat round, remove trucks. It's not a defense mission, so I don't change anything. So now we do determine, we remove suppression markers. So this comes off. And now we know he's going to fire at me. That's automatic. But is this guy going to fire at me? He gets a 4. He does not fire at me. Okay. So he's the only one that I got to engage. I have an HE round loaded. And I'm firing at him again. So this is consecutive fire against this infantry unit. All right, so I'm going to be -1. The smoke dissipated down to a 1. So it's a +1. So now we're even. I have +1 for the woods, and that's it. So it's a +1. Here comes my HE. Oh, 12. So no effect there. I'm going to fire another HE round right here. My machine gun should have been reloaded after that last mission. Okay, he's firing again. It is +1, and he gets a 7. +1 is an 8. 8, I suppressed him again. Okay, so we suppressed him. All right. They're going to fire at me, so they're going to be +2. This unit's firing. He is +1 for suppress, +1 for smoke, +1 for the woods is +3. He can't hit me because a 2 + 3 is a 5. Okay, so again, they can't hit me. Okay, so now we do our event check. So we do the event check. It is 10. A 10 is a German mortar attack. Okay, German mortar, your tank receives an attack on the MG-HE attack chart at -1 D-roll modifier for mortars. If artillery achieves a B result, your tank is also immobilized. Well, it's not artillery. Weather does not. Okay, so on the machine gun HE attack chart against my tank, so they're going to roll with a -1. It gets a 7, makes it a 6, no effect. Okay, the B would have caused me to button up. Okay, that's the end of that. The suppress comes off, and the smoke now clears. And so I have a choice here. I'm going to fire this last HE round with my main gun and see if I can hit him. I'm going to be -1, previous target, no smoke, +1 for the woods. So we're even up. Okay, here we go. And he gets 4. There we go. 1 plus suppress, the 1 eliminates the unit. So I got rid of that one. So I can circle him. He was eliminated. I don't have to fight them. They retreat, so they come off the board now. Let me see if they had me targeted. I guess I should do that first. Oh, they did. So you know what? They should stay and fight out this round, although they're going to fire at me with a machine gun, with their machine gun, and then they're going to retreat. So they're not going to do anything but cause me to button up. So really, there's nothing to do there. Okay. I guess we should do the random event again, even though it's the end of the round, because we do that before we go to end of combat round. So we roll for the random event. We get a 3. Uh-oh. The German reinforcement, 1 SPG. Ah, darn. That means they just got a reinforcement. Okay, so I got to check for a self-propelled gun. We roll a 10-sided die. We're going to get a SPGs rolling in here now. Now I'm glad I did play that. And he comes in. It's a 10. Oh my God, it's the Nashorn. That's bad. That's bad news. Okay, let me locate that marker. Okay, so we got to roll. This is the Nashorn. He's got a firepower of 9. His penetration's a 9. He doesn't have much armor, which is the good news. So he fires. He comes in at 2. So he's coming on over here. All right. And he can move to try to flank me. So I have not fired at those guys, so they may get re-engaged with somebody else. Dang it. Okay, so the combat round, that's why you do the event check before you end your combat round. Makes sense now. Okay, End of combat. We don't have any smoke to degrade. Oh, my rack did reload with an AP round because I had fired my last HE round. So my AP went in there for my rack. Okay, we gotta see if they target me. Does he know I'm here? So we start with the Nash horn. Does he target me? No. The infantry? No. So they don't know I'm here yet. But they're going to know in a minute. Okay, I'm going to take my first command. I'm going to rotate so I'm facing him. I get one good shot at this guy. Okay, I got to take a shot, and that means he's going to know I'm there. If I don't shoot at him, I got to run the risk that he'll see me. But you know what? I'd rather not shoot this turn. Here's why. I'm going to hope and pray he doesn't see me yet here in the woods. And I want to have 2 shots at him when I shoot. If I shoot now, I got 1 shot. And if I don't do any damage, if I don't hit him and penetrate him, then I'm done, right? Okay. Now, he's going to move on me again, though. That's the other thing. Yeah, because if he doesn't see me, he will move. Yeah, he will move up, and he will try to flank me, and I'll have to do another rotation against him. All right, so that's not cool either. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to take my shot because I'd rather him fire at me than flank me right now, I think. Not really. What I want to do is hit him. Okay, we're at medium range. I need a 2 to 6 to hit him. Gunnery, previous target, nope, no smoke, no rain, not buttoned up, not suppressed, not hull down. So it's a flat out 2 to 6 to hit him. Okay, here we go. It's my AP round. I'm gonna fire it out of my gun. Put the next one in there. This is my second command, so here we go. 2 to 6, 4. I hit him. Oh, yes. I hit him with a 4. Now we got to check and see what happens. Okay, we come down here for B3. I have to roll to see where I hit him at. I roll 1d6 if shooting at the front of an armored target. Now the Nashorn is a self-propelled gun. And I think when I hit a self-propelled gun, he's dead. Is that right? Or is that wrong? I gotta check that. Let me check that. No, he's still an armored. He's a self-propelled gun. Okay, so my penetration, my firepower is a 6. Now I do have to roll to see if I'm hitting his turret or his hull. So we roll 1d6. A 1 to 2, I hit the turret. A 3 to 6, the hull. And I get a 5. So I hit the hull, his thickest part. The hull is a 4. Okay, so we got to roll now. My penetration is a 6 on a 4, so it's greater than his armor. And range effects, well, I'm at medium range, so no effect. I do not have APCR. I'm not firing Willie Pete. IMM results of trees ineffective versus hold down. Aim skill converts IMM to result. So I don't have that either. Okay, so we're going to roll. No modifier. Here we go. And I get a 10. I destroyed the Nashorn. So I'm going to write that's in here, a Nash. And I destroyed him. Okay, he's gone. Took him out. Now, thank goodness, that was big. That was a big time. That was a big time roll there. Okay. I don't have anything else to do. The infantry's busy with somebody else. So now we do our event check again. And let's hope for no more reinforcements. He gets on the event check a 7. No event. Okay. So no event. He's the last infantry, so he retreats now. They pull out. I'm just going to put success with a big S instead of writing the words success in there. He gets another success. He got 2 kills in that. 1 was an armor. All right, if your tank remains operational, combat ends. Decide on the field, I'm the victor. If your tank remains operational, the current mission is an attack or assault. It is not. Okay. So now we go here. We win the battle. We check for war trophies. So let's see what we can find today. I'd like to find something nice here. Okay, I'm going to roll 2 dice for the war trophies, and we find 8 German rations. Well, okay. It's better than finding nothing. That much I can tell you. It's better than nothing, but we found some food. And it is worth, the German rations are worth 1 value. Okay. So we have 1. We put that on the German rations right here on our board. That's actually 4 points worth now. So I have something that if I want to trade, I can trade. Okay. Obtain awards and experience points. I don't think I'm going to gain any award here. Nobody's been wounded yet, so we're doing real good there. So in order to get our Army Commendation Medal, we need 5 missions. This has been 2 missions. Purple Heart, Bronze Star, Silver Star. Yeah, none of those we're going to get. Okay, and that's it. And we get no prestige points because we really haven't done anything. We haven't got that award yet. So that's the end of the 2nd mission. Don't gain experience yet, but that's 2 missions now that we've gone through. And we haven't hit a refit yet. So I'll have to reload my gun rack, which says there I did use a Willie Pete until I get a refit. I don't think I get to reload that ammo there. Didn't use any machine gun. In fact, you know what? In the first mission, I did use a machine gun. So I think that would stay down. I'll double check that and make sure. All right, I think we're going to call that. That's probably long enough. We got 2 missions in, 2 successful missions so far. So we're doing good without getting hammered here. So I think we're doing good so far. All right, hopefully I haven't messed anything up yet. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It helps. And I hope you're enjoying it. And I hope we're doing it right so you learn something from it maybe. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.